Bring him up, bring him up, bring him up.
Good morning, Big Monday.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
Turn
go.
up,
Let's
turn
go,
up.
King
Yes,
Crew.
Get them out. Make them out.
Let's
go.
Yes, you chose
Let's
to be
go.
here.
Morning, happy
Yes.
Monday.
Let's go.
Make
Let's
some
go.
noise.
Monday.
Yes, yes.
Happy Monday. Good
Yes,
morning.
you chose
Good
to be
energy.
here.
Good morning.
You
Let's
chose
go,
to be
let's
here. Let's
go.
get it.
You get hungry for something, don't you? You started with a concrete vision of what you wanted, and you focused on it continuously, didn't you? Wherever focus goes, energy flows. You envisioned something, you got clear about it, and then you started thinking about all the reasons why you wanted it. So this is what's next for me now. I want this. You may have dreamed about it, thought about it, talked about it. But when you focus on something continuously, something magical happens. You get insights, don't you?
Success is the only event. All you do is you just become bigger than them, so that who they are in reference to you shrinks into irrelevant. You don't crush them, you shrink them in comparison to you. The goal is I'll just be so big that he will become irrelevant.
Let loose everything that's inside of you to find out what you can be. Pour out that can of what's possible so that the rest of the world can see that you're amazing.
What's going on? How we feeling? Clap it up, snap it up. Everybody off mute. Snap it up, clap it up, bring the energy.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Mailbox Millionaires.
Let's go.
Good morning.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's go.
Monday.
We are committed. We have
Right.
Let's go.
Go.
Right. So look, today's a new day, but guess what? Let's have everybody on mute so it's not echoing. So all right, cool. Today's a new day, but guess what? Today is a day for you to get exactly what you want out of your life. Today's a new day for you to step up to becoming the best version of yourself. Today's a new day, but the same challenges still remain, the same obstacles. See, your job is to see difficult differently. See, difficult is not to hurt you, it's to help you. Now, if I never got challenged to be able to push through pain, then my limit of what I can tolerate will be low. But if I'm looking to be great, then I understand greatness comes with pressure or responsibility or with love or with ability. So basically, it is a perception of whatever you see it as. So you may see it as one thing, but a person may see it as another thing. So it's literally perspective. Now, here's the difference between the perspectives. Now, one person's perspective may be in alignment with their assignment, and another person's perspective may be out of alignment with their assignment. Where is your perspective? Is your perspective out of alignment with your assignment? Is your perspective not matching up to the outcomes that you want? Because the reality of the situation is this, y'all. Everybody dropped the word imaginary in the chat. Your life is imaginary. Everything in this world is imaginary. It really is. It's not to say that imaginary doesn't mean real. I don't want you to confuse. That's why they're two different words, because they're two different meanings. But everything is imaginary. The highest level of value is imagination. The only way you're sitting on this Zoom inside of clothing, right, in a car, inside of a home, or wherever you are, is because of imagination. It's imagination. Everything that you see that you use as materials came from imagination. What does that mean? It's the thought world. It's the brain. It's the mentality. Now, why is this important? Because what you're seeing in your life has come from your imagination. See, the thing is, you might have imagined it at a younger age, right? You might have thought about this at a younger age. And the truth of the matter is, you're still carrying your past into your future and creating what we call a predictable future. So you keep seeing the same things. If you keep seeing the same things happen in your life, put that's me in the chat. The reason why I want you to put that's me in the chat is not to ostracize you, is to put a magnifying glass on this imagination. So that way we can truly see it with the mind's eye, right? Because you have eyes. So it's not about seeing, it's about internalizing, about interpretation. See, some of us were hurt at a younger age. Some of us were hurt or some of us was healed. Everybody's in different spaces, but believe it or not, this memory that you have, it plays a function. And if something has happened to you with trauma, you start basing your life around the trauma, right? Think about it. As a kid, you don't know that much in a greater scheme of things because you don't even know that much right now as an adult. So let's just minimize what you know as a kid and just say, okay, I knew a lot, but what I didn't know was that my reality created, my mind was the reality, and that created the world around me. If y'all know with that, put y'all in the chat. If you didn't know as a child that your mind created your reality, put Yana in the chat. The reason why I'm asking you to do that is so that way you can start to see something so clear for yourself. One of the things that people get confused is that this call is not the accountability call. Like, this call is not the accountability call. This call is mailbox motivation call. You're supposed to do work in the accountability program. Accountability program steps that we give you on that PDF sheet, the things to do, like the research, the gratitude, the commitments. That's the accountability part. We get on these calls to get wins, to get updates, and get the motivation to continue to go do the thing, right? But this is not the accountability call. So your perception is creating your direction right now. So whatever you think that this is the accountability call because everybody calls it accountability call. It's just a call from the accountability program. This is why we go through the sheet. This is why in the beginning of the calls, I like to have the PDF pulled up and you see exactly what it says, and everybody's supposed to be able to download this, and you have it in your own. You're supposed to look at this. We went over this on week 1. All right. So going back to the story of as a kid and you get your 3D world gets shaped by your mind. Yeah, something happens in here. And being that we're taught to not say much, right? As children, we're taught that our words are not as valid. If that's you, put Yana in the chat if you relate to that. So we're taught that our words are not as valid as we think they are. So what happens is we start to do more of internalization from a distance. So we start to look at everything from a bigger picture and say, oh man, this is how it works. So if I don't do this, I'm going to get this result or that result or not. It's just a whole bunch of extra stuff, and you're just a child. And some of us still carry on those teachings from ourselves as children now. So you might be 24, you might be 34, 44, 54, and you're still allowing a 7-year-old to run your life. Still allowing a 7-year-old to run your life because you kept that same mentality as a 7-year-old. If you're catching on to what I'm saying, put the little brain emoji, not the brain emoji, but the little emoji that be having the brain popping out. I don't know the name of that emoji, but you know what I'm talking about. It's basically like, whoa, the brain is popping out. Put that emoji in the chat. Whatever that is, somebody educate me on that, please. Let me know what that emoji is. But put that in the chat, right? Mind blown. I think that's what that is. Mind blown, right? You are 24, 34, 44, and you're still allowing a 7-year-old, 12-year-old, 13, 16-year-old run your life. The same ideology from that teenager, from that child, the adolescent, you're still allowing that to run your life. These accountability calls, put the quotations on. This is your opportunity to break past any of those feelings, any of those childhood traumas, any of those small-minded thoughts, any of those labels, ideologies that hold you down a whole weight. So we talked about habit hacking, right? This is one of the things we need to habit hack. We have to get out of the habit of seeing fear. Get out of the habit of seeing fear. As a child, we see fear so much because anytime you're ready to speak out, your parents are looking at you like you don't know what you're talking about, or saying something to you negative, or your teachers, or this or that. It's always a constant. You're never practicing learning that you are creating your reality from here. So then you grow up with that same mindset of being scared and fearful to share and do things that when you become an adult, you don't reach your full potential. You're just good enough to work a job. That's it. You just become good enough to work a job. And it's a system. And it's a system for a reason because systems are important. Think about this. You are paying for free food. You are paying to live in a space. You are paying for land that is free. Please put your mics on mute. You are doing things that's natural and you're paying for it, which is unnatural, right? So understanding that you are still living in a reality here. Everybody lives in a reality here. The reason why I'm going through this stuff is because I need results from you. So I have to give you the fundamental principles so that way you break free from your own chains of slavery. And I'm talking about mental slavery. I know a lot of y'all like to dive deep into slavery and be like, oh, what is this, that, but you're still enslaved to yourself. That's the slavery. The slavery is enslaved to yourself. When you believe that you're a limited person, you're enslaved. When you believe you can't, you're enslaved. When you believe about fear, you're enslaved. This is why the news, think about it this way, y'all. If the news is really great news, it's been on for how many years? You mean to tell me they haven't found a segment? You mean to tell me somebody didn't complain? You mean to tell me somebody didn't campaign? Let's have the news be positive. Let's only show positive, mostly positive things and a little bit of negativity. You don't think somebody across millions of news stations, you mean to tell me that millions of news stations are the same? And they all play mostly negative, and the glimmer, the little slither of a positive thing comes on an AM call when people are mainly at work already, right? And there's it's like a talk show type of vibe, and they go outside, and there's one little kid who made a fortune by doing this, or it's one little person. It's 1, 2, 3 stories. But then the whole evening news, when everybody's off work, yeah, so guess what? This is what happened over here. It's terror. Oh, it's this, it's that. It's fear. And if you haven't woken up to that, it's a system of fear. Why would it be a system of fear? Because people who are quote unquote elite need people who are going to work for them. So I need you to be fearful of taking your life into your own hands, because I'm taking my life into my own hands, and I need somebody to serve me while I'm on this beach. I need somebody to serve me while I'm at this restaurant. I need somebody to cook my food for me. But in reality, we don't need that anymore. You don't need fear because it's so much of abundance. Yeah, I might be a millionaire, but I still want to make food for people. I still want to cook up nice dishes. I still want to make sure you eat your herbs. I still want to do that. I still want to make clothing. Yeah, I'm a millionaire. So either way, y'all, we're going to serve each other regardless. This is why God has sprinkled a little bit of God's abilities in everybody. So you might have a little more in this area. You might have a little more in that area. But this is why we're supposed to come together. So when we come together, we become whole. As people, you're whole as an individual, but as people, we're divided, separated, can't work together. It's literally just training. It's literally just conditioning from a system. Everybody put system in the chat. It's just a system. And if it's a system, that means it's breakable and rebuildable. It's breakable and buildable. That's the reality of it. It's breakable and buildable. If you can build it, you can break it. If you can break it, it was built. Everything is going to be buildable and breakable. So you're only here for this short amount of time. Let's maximize on our systems. Right? Let's maximize on the systems that we have. Let's not feed too much into the system that has been given to us to be workers, because guess what? When you come here, what is this community for? When you see Love Plus, when you see Mailbox Millionaires Academy, when you see Fund Your Freedom, when you see these programs are about entrepreneurship, career professionals, public speakers, tech wizards, creatives. This is not about being inside the box. This is about being outside the box. This is about creating your own pathway and leaving a trail for somebody else to follow. This is what this is about. So we're coming here with a different mindset. Everybody drop mindset in the chat. Like, my page is going to be so inspirational. I haven't done any marketing. I haven't done anything. I had followers from a previous thing that I was doing. And I switched over. Let me get my personal page up a little bit. Right? So I'm going to build my personal page from scratch. I'm starting from the trenches. Some of y'all might be past me when it comes to followers on your personal pages or your business pages. You might be past me with those things. I don't care if 1, 2 people show up to my lives. I don't care. Because what I'm building there is something different from what I have here. So please understand, don't allow fear, don't allow the system of negativity to pull you into it, and then you just sit on the sideline because you're positive and everybody else is negative, so you just sit on the sideline. No, we're positive, so we're going to go get with the other positive people. We're aware, so we're going to get with the other aware people. We just build our community. Everybody put community in the chat. The reason why I'm saying all of this is because guess what, y'all? You are only one move away. You are only one step away. You're one action away. But some of us are so hesitant on making those consistent actions. See, when we say one move, we're not talking about one thing and everything is done. We're saying one move that moves the needle. So when you move the needle a little bit in one move, You make the next move, you move the needle another inch, right? Or another mile, however you would like to look at it. But nonetheless, you have to move the needle. Literally, Ramel and I, it was me, Ramel, Boom, Magic Mogul. It was a lot of other people. We have a conversation yesterday. Smitty was there too. And we were really having a conversation. Like, what is the difference between us and a lot of other people? Everybody's talking about mindset and people talking about the work ethic. The reality of it is you need both. You can't just have the mindset and you just can't have the work ethic. You have to have the work ethic in the mindset to do the work, to do the thing, to have the mind. Some people say, hey, look, I already got the mindset. I was talking to somebody, I'm at Invest Fest, and I was talking to somebody yesterday. He said, yeah, man, the mindset stuff, I already got that. You know, I just need the plays now. In my mind, like, that's how you know you don't have it. That's how you know you don't. So I said, bro, you mind me giving you a consideration? He said, nah, I don't mind. I don't. Like, yeah, tell me. Bro, when you say that you already have the mindset, well, what do you mean by that? Just want to know. Yo, I already know I got to do this. I already know I got the mind of that. All right, I totally get that. So when you get the plays, then what? Oh, yeah, I need to have the mindset to run the play. Yes, so regardless of what you feel, mindset is not something that you had or something that you acquired in the past. It's something that you're doing. You're setting your mind. I have it because I am doing this. It's something that you do. It's something that you actually do. You set your mind to do the thing to get the result. So you have to have the actions. A lot of people teach affirmations wrong. So I was talking about this. Excuse me, it's just not wrong. It's just incorrect. There's a difference between wrong and incorrect. Wrong is an ideology, a perception. Wrong is a perception. And incorrect is a method, right? Correct is a method. Incorrect is just, we're talking about a methodology. So when affirmations, people say affirmations, you're supposed to speak it and hear it back. Like they even got it on YouTube. Yo, listen to this audio every day before you wake up. That's not going to do anything but allow you to be more aware of that these opportunities are here, which is great. What's the next step? Affirming the manifestations. Affirmations affirming the manifestations. How do you affirm the manifestation? See, the manifestation happens here. How do you affirm the manifestation? How do you print it out into the 3D world? Everybody let me know in the chat right now. How do you take what's in here and print it out? How did Zoom come from inside the mind? So, because Zoom didn't happen one day and everybody found Zoom somewhere. Like, hey, we got Zoom. No, Zoom came from the mind. Somebody had an idea of how they can do something to help someone else, and then they put it out into the universe. It came from here first. How do you take it from the mind and have it show up in the 3D world? Like, that's a real question I'm asking every single person here in the chat, because the issue that I keep running into is that everybody either has one or the other. You have the mindset or you have the work ethic, and you don't have both of them. If you have both of them, you build whatever it is that you want to build. You can't help but to build it. So I want to get to the bottom of this, because this is the last week for systems for success. So we have to create a system. So I want to know, please, somebody put it in the chat, because I want to make sure everybody is super clear on this. We have to be clear, crystal clear. It can't be how to have an idea of it. I think I know. No, we have to be crystal clear about what it is, so that way we can do the thing. I want to see it. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to move forward until I see everybody put it into the chat, because it's impossible, y'all, for us to walk away from here and not get the results. Because the one thing I have an issue with is that the reason why I put together this whole accountability bootcamp program is because when you are taking classes, it's hard for us to actually get the results that we truly need without accountability. Accountability is discipline and consistency. We're not taught discipline and consistency in the areas that are needed for us to have success individually and collectively as a group. The only way that we've been practiced with discipline and consistency is to work for a specific goal that was given to you by someone else. So that habit is just that habit. If nobody gives you the thing to do, you're not going to do the thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, if nobody gives you a task to do, you're not going to get up and do the task, because I'm not saying everybody, but this is the general population. You're not going to do it because you had nobody to tell you, give you instructions. Like, all of you here know that you can get self-storage facilities. You can get residential facilities. All of you know that. All of you absolutely know that you can. It's not that you don't know. It's not that you're not aware of this, but you're not aware of the next steps. You're not aware of the other layers. This is why you need mindset. This is why you're setting your mind to the next layer, so a functionality, so that way you can get the results you truly want. So how do you manifest what's inside the mind and have it come to life in a 3D world here where you can touch it physically, do all these things? How do you do it? I need to know the answers in the chat. You have to put the answers in the chat. I'm not going to move forward till we get the answers. Every single person needs to write this down, because this is a confusion thing. When we had our meetup with Fund Your Freedom, it was beautiful. It was a lot of people coming out and sharing in love. And the thing is this, though, I want to see the results. Like, we're not doing this to get money. Like, why would we sit here wasting a lot of time to get your money when we got other businesses that make us money on a regular without doing this? We don't have to come up here and do this. You know what I'm saying? So it just gets me to a point of frustration when it's like, after X amount of years you're doing this and people are still finding themselves looking around like, I don't know what to do, when we just gave you everything to do. So it's not about knowing what to do. Like, that's what I want y'all to understand. That's just part of it. You need to know what to do, but you need to know how to do what you need to do. Right? So how do you manifest what you want from your thoughts to have it show up in this 3D world? It really is. This 3D world is your mindset turned inside out. Your mindset printed. Like, when you do something in this 3D world, you can't undo it. There's no undo button. That's why you have all of the time to undo it here. You have all the time to make corrections here, because when you finally put it in here, it's printing it out. If you printed out a sheet of paper and it was incorrect spelling, there's no way you can go. I know they used to try to do it. They created something called whiteout and they put it over, and it looked horrible. Let's be honest. Whiteout was horrible. It was a good thought, but it wasn't really thought of. It wasn't really thought thoroughly, right? It was horrible in the printed version of it. In the mind, it looked perfect. Yeah, you just white it out and then write it in. No, that was horrible. Let's be honest. It was a good invention. It still made millions of dollars on whiteout. So, okay, it still brought other ideas and it still changed the world. So it's still great. The point that I'm making is, how do you take your manifestation from your mental and put it into the printed world of the physical? I need to have an answer from every person. So again, if you already typed it, it's okay. Put it in the chat again, because I need you to walk away from this program with results. That's it. That's all I care about. I want you to walk away from this program with results. It's some people, I see some people put some stuff in the chat. Y'all got work ethic, all of that. That's good. That's good. Doing the work is great, right? You have to do the work. But okay, you know what? This is a great point. Now, but let's bring some people up. Let's bring some people up. Raise your virtual hand. I want to hear it from you directly, because this is where we're going to get the results from. You're not going to get it from y'all putting in the chat. Y'all playing games in the chat. Y'all saying generic stuff, which is great. But I want to know the real truth of how to actually take it from here and put it here. I really want to know, because guess what? You are living in what I've done. You're living in it. Before these accountability calls, I used to run practice calls, and I used to do the same things. And I used to do all of this stuff, all these techniques and things that we've given to you that most of you aren't even utilizing, are used by people who make millions of dollars. And the reason why they make millions of dollars is because they use this. So if you don't know this, that's why I'm bringing you up right now. And if you do know it, I want to hear it. So that's why I'm doing this, because I don't see it in the chat. I know I see a lot of other things around it, like doing the work. Yes, you got to do the work. Which work? You get what I'm saying? Which work? I need to actually hear it. So raise your virtual hand. Jasmine, let's call on some people, please.
Great morning, Anthony. Come through, King.
30 seconds or less, y'all, so we can get as many people as possible.
Grand Rising, everybody. It's all about mindset and just taking action, because if you just take all the information and do nothing with it, you ain't doing nothing. So that's what I gathered, and that's worked for me too.
Okay, that's good stuff. Let's continue to go. Send some love to Anthony in the chat. What's up, Ant?
All right.
Team No Sleep.
Team No Sleep. Let's go, Queen Ebony. Come through, 30 seconds or less.
Do research, due diligence, plan, implement, and execute. Ask questions along the way and repeat the process.
Okay, that's getting a lot closer. I'm feeling that as getting a lot closer, because now you pretty much y'all already have the tools. You just have to be aware of it. Everything that we give y'all on the commitment sheet, like how she mentioned research, the updates, the gratitude, the goal setting. That's really it, right? But she's allowing y'all to see that everything else is around you. But I'll let other people go before I give the real juice. But great stuff, Queen.
Show some love, Queen Ebony, in the chat. All right, we have King Bruce come through. 30 seconds or less.
Grand Rising, Coach. Yeah, I think it's more consistency, and it's doing the simple things over and over and over. It's like the slight edge. You just do it consistent. What the team tells us to do, we just got to do it.
Absolutely. Great stuff. Everybody send some love to Bruce. Let's go to the next person. Everybody should have their hands up, y'all, because this is the last week. So you coming down to the end. And this is the beautiful thing. Like, all of the weeks are set up for your success. I didn't want to give you everything up front. I want to give you layers, right? So if this is the week that you actually turn it on, this is perfect. You're in perfect timing. But if you don't raise your hand today, you're going to miss out. Like, it's just that serious. Susie came up to me. Actually, I sat next to Susie down at the meetup, Fun Your Freedom, and she told me, she's like, yo, before I got on the last call, I was like, yo, this is my last call. Damn, I should do something, take action. And then guess what? I called her up, not knowing that this was what she really wanted, right? So I called her up, she did the affirmation, things like that. And it changed her perspective on a lot of things, but it made confirmation, right? It wasn't coincidence. It was confirmation that in her actual world, she took it from the thought world and said, okay, look, how am I going to make this a reality? How am I going to make this a reality? I know I need to say something. I haven't said anything all 4 weeks. And the opportunity shows up. What are you going to do with the opportunity? So, all right, let's continue to go. Who's next?
All right, who is iPhone number 2? Can you turn your camera on or rename your name so we could call you up?
Call them up next. Like, let them do that first and then bring them up. Let's go to the next one.
It's Shaq.
Hey, Shaq. Great morning. 30 seconds or less. Talk to us.
I'll say it's inspired action. So inspired action is like kind of just knowing what you were going to attack that day, lay out the blueprint for yourself. So that way, people always want to know how to be consistent, but you got to know what you got to do to be consistent first. So if you lay out the blueprint for yourself, you make one move a day towards that goal, you'll get there. So then that will lead to the consistency, and that will lead to you being inspired. So it's just not a process that happened overnight. It's something you build yourself up and you work yourself up to. You just plan that out strategically, and then, you know, eventually you keep heading towards that destination, you're going to eventually get there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Everybody send some love to Shaq. Shaq pulled up with a nice suit. He was dripped out with the chain, vest, man. He came through. Shout out to Shaq. And he won an award. Look, man, shout out to people who won some awards. If you haven't won your award yet, don't worry. Your award is coming. Everybody's opportunity is coming. You just got to be prepared for your opportunity. That's it. All it's saying is be more prepared for your opportunity coming forward. But shout out to Shaq. He wasn't able to make it, but we got him on FaceTime, and we was able at least to say what's up to him. So great stuff. And then we seen him at Invest Fest. So that was good. All right, next person.
Beautiful, beautiful. Shaq, make sure you change your name, please, King. All right, we have Queen Donna come through. 30 seconds or less. You there, Queen Donna? Let's get it. Let's get it. We need some more hands. We got to talk about this. Where we at? All right, Queen Donna, we're gonna circle back. Queen Drea, come through, Queen Drea. 30 seconds or less. Where's Coach Crew? Okay, there you go. Drea, let's get it.
I feel like it's constantly doing the work actively until it becomes second nature, even if it's uncomfortable, so that it eventually, by doing the right actions, you'll bring the right things into your life.
Okay, great stuff. Great stuff. Everybody send some love in the chat. Let's go. Go to the next person. Good stuff, Drea.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Raise these hands. I see Donna. Donna, are you available now, Queen? Let's go. Where's she at?
Look, everybody, look, I'm seeing familiar faces, right? Like, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's great to see familiar faces. But let me just ask y'all a question. I'm only talking to people who haven't raised their hands. And I know some of you are gonna look for an excusing situation, right? Same thing as an excuse. It's a better way of saying it. Excusing situation. You're looking for a way to excuse yourself from this thing. It's an excuse. The issue is, how long are you going to keep making excuses for yourself? Like if you paid to be in this program, wouldn't you want to take it for full advantage? Like I just want to know, like, but this is what we're talking about. Like literally what we're talking about, you're actually doing right now, right? And you're not going to get the results playing small. You're just not. It's unfortunate, but you're just not going to get the results playing small. It's just not happening. So for you all who just, you don't raise your hand, you're not active in the community, are you really looking to get a result from this? And the answer would be yes. Like, I know the answer is yes. I know you're not saying no. Like, I know. Then if you're looking to get a result, what type of result would you like to get? Everybody drop the answer in the chat. I'm talking to the people who don't raise their hand and don't show up and put the camera on, but I'm just asking a general question for everybody. If you're looking to get a result, what type of result are you actually looking to get? Just let me know in the chat, y'all. And we're still going to keep the hands going for everything else, for the answers. But right now, like, I just want to know in the chat, like, type the message in the chat. Like, when you're putting yourself in a position such as this, what type of result are you looking to get from your efforts? In fact, let me see. That was the last person from the other thing. Okay, we still got more. All right, cool. Put it in the chat before I segue to that. I want to know the answers in the chat. What results are you looking for? I really want to know. I'm inquisitively asking, like, what results would you like? So let's continue to go while y'all put in the chat. I don't see anybody putting anything in the chat, so maybe I need to reiterate the question. So when you are looking for a result, what type of result would you like? Like what result would you like? If you are going to get food, and this is the simplest question or simplest analogy for this question. When you're going to get food, what type of result would you like? When you're going to get service, what type of result would you like? All right, if you're going for a hotel, what type of result would you like? If you're looking to work a job and you want to get paid on this day, what type of results would you like? I just want to know, like, because I see a lot of people, they like to just mix everything up. Like they're okay with living a poor life here, but then they want a high life here, right? But I just want to know, like, in general, what results are you looking to have? Because when you show up and you don't put your camera on, when you show up and we told you already that this is an environment, this is a community, we have calls, we do X, Y, and Z, we give you strategy. What were you expecting? Like, were you expecting to just have the results show up to you? I really would like to know. I wish y'all would raise your hands, right? Like, I really want to know. I don't want to speculate, and I don't want y'all to feel like I'm coming at you. I'm just confused. I'm confused to why you're here. And I'm not telling you not to be here. I'm just confused. So that way, once we get the confusion and diffuse that, now I can understand how to truly serve you. Because some of you have gotten a lot of help, and some of you have gotten a lot of love, but some of you have gotten a lot of game, right? And I've connected with half of you, and the other half I've never connected with. And you have a chance to have somebody that's literally right next to you that can help you make 4, 5, 6, 7 figures, and you're not taking advantage of the mindset. And I just, to me, it's just puzzling. When I was in this position, and anytime I am still in this position, I'll make sure I get the best out of this. I want maximum results. I don't know what you want, but it seems like you don't want maximum results. I'm just being honest. It seems like 90% of you do not want maximum results. It's like, that's a bad way to say it. Let me just bring it all back, y'all. It seems like everybody wants maximum results, but it only seemed like 2% of you actually want it to get it badly enough. It seemed like everybody wanted this. That's what it seems like. It seems like you want it, but it really seems like only 2% wants it badly enough that they do the thing that causes them to take it from the manifestation to the 3D world. I want to keep going to the hands. So let's go with the hands. Who's next?
All right, Queen Naima, great morning. 30 seconds or less. Come talk to us.
Good morning, Coach Crew. You know,
I think this is just the hardest part to all of this is us or me having the understanding of actually manifestation and making it into a hard copy and making it 3D. So that's, you know, it's easy for general life situations, like when you're saying, oh, you think of food and you say, oh, I want some fish, and you go to the store and you get it. So to me, it should be that simple. You just go do what it is that's on your mind that you said you were going to do. And that's a part of taking action. But in this particular situation with this business thing, you know, I feel like I've had to just reinvent myself, because the reinvention is these strategies of these new habits. So it's just reinventing my mind and utilizing these different strategies that I haven't necessarily organized and put in these boxes. So my thing has been just reinventing, sitting down doing these 491 challenges, these 60-minute challenges, and just getting it done, writing it out and getting it done, which is working. It's definitely working. You know, all of my meetings have been set up. You know, everything that I wanted to do preliminary wise has happened because I've definitely utilized the challenges that's mentioned. I've definitely taken advantage of people like Coach David Power Talk, and I'm in his classes, setting up my foundations for the social platforms and all of that. So it's just doing it. To me, it's just taking all the information and making it happen.
Right, I love that, and I want to add some spice onto what you said, right? Because yes, it is easier when you think about everyday life situations, right? When you say, I want to go to the store and get fish or whatever, and then all you gotta do is just go get it, right? There's two minds. Can anybody put the two minds in the chat? Put the two minds. Some people are like, what are they saying? What's he mean? Entrepreneur mind, consumer mind. When you were thinking just now, were you thinking with the entrepreneur mind or the consumer?
Consumer.
Right. So that's why it's easier for you to go up and pay something to get, because the consumer mind wants easy. But easy for the fisherman who had to go get the bait, who had to learn how to do the reel for the rod, who had to go out in the cold, in the middle of the sea or wherever he's at with the wind. You don't know the wind condition. You don't know the situation with his family, and then out there struggling. Maybe you're not getting anything. Maybe you're getting some, or maybe it's factory farm where they just got all of them sitting there, but then now they got a whole bunch of disease out there in it because they're dead, and it's like all flooded around. You got to stand in there. You got to have your body in there. You got to come home smelling like fish. Your wife got to complain. Like, are you thinking about that? Or are you thinking about the fact that it just shows up to your plate? So two minds, put the two minds in the chat, y'all. When you are working in somebody else's idea, their idea has already been flushed out and you're just getting the benefit of the idea, which is you're supposed to. Anytime that we have the idea, I want y'all to actually put the two minds, y'all. I don't want you to put two minds and not know what two minds are. You get what I'm saying? I want you to put the entrepreneur mind in the consumer mind. So when you are looking at it from that perspective, as a consumer, it's supposed to be easy for you. That's the whole purpose. The whole purpose of me creating an idea is to make life easier on you. The whole purpose of anybody purchasing anything from somebody else because they believe that the offer is going to enhance their life. They believe that the offer is going to enhance their life, right? Think about that. The reason why you purchased your ticket into this platform, to this community, because you said this is going to enhance my life. That is the purpose of you purchasing anything. I mean, down to your socks. That's the purpose to your lip gloss. Okay? Like literally. So, all right, when you're thinking about it showing up, that's the issue. We're trying to be an entrepreneur with the consumer mindset. It's never going to work because there's two minds, two different minds. Which mindset do you need to have in order to be an entrepreneur? And put it in the chat, y'all. Which mindset do you need to have in order to be an entrepreneur? So it's about you working at your thing until it gets done, until it gets flushed out. That's why we say focus. Fulfilling obligations consistently until successful. Some of y'all just fulfill obligations until you feel like it. That's not success. That's not focus. Some of you fulfill obligations until you get tired. That's not success. That's not focus. Some of you don't fulfill obligations consistently at all. That's not success. That's not focus. So you're never going to get it. So of course it's a reason why you look at yourself and be like, damn, it's not working. Damn, nothing is working. Because you're utilizing the consumer mindset to judge an entrepreneurial mind. You would never do it. You'll never be successful that way. Ever. So please understand, anything that you have to do, your idea is going to take work. It's not going to show up like a ready-made platter, because even the ready-made platters took work. It's just that you're a consumer. Why would you be working with? Hey, think about it. Would you pay the same price to eat at a restaurant, but you got to go make your own food at the restaurant? You got to go get your own groceries. You got to bring your pots and pans. You got to clean up after yourself. Let's just be real. You're not. Like, let's be real. So why would we have the same thought set around an entrepreneur with a consumer mindset? Why would we think that what we do in the entrepreneur world is going to show up to us and just be handed to us just because we paid to get into a room? There's power in proximity and there's power in a point. But I'm telling you like this, you have to eliminate excuses and pick up solutions. So this is why I'm going through this, because I want this week to be powerful. I want today's call to be powerful. I need everybody to have a breakthrough. I need you to break from your shells. And also, everybody send some love to Queen Naima. Great stuff, Queen. Was that helpful in any way? By the way, before we let her go, bring it back. Was that helpful in any way?
Yes, that was very helpful. Just dividing your mind and thinking that entrepreneurship and thinking about, like you said, I want to be the one who is going out there, putting the fish in the store. So, it definitely gave me a different perspective for sure. Yeah.
Just add layers to that, right? Like after that person catches it. And I hate talking about this stuff because I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't like the animal cruelty aspect. I'm not judging y'all or anything. I had gastroesophageal reflux disease. I lost over 55 pounds in 41 days. Doctor was like, yo, look, it's either you eat healthier or you're dead. And it's like, oh, shoot, eat healthy. So my situation is a little bit different from everybody. Once I did a lot of research, I realized that when you're eating animals, there's like a karmic effect that you're taking a life. So what happens is over time, your life is going to be taken from you too. And this is why you get diabetes, heart attack, things like that, because you're out of alignment with your assignment. And it's a karmic effect in this world. Right? We talk about energy being shifted. When those animals are killed, they're frightened. Like imagine if somebody ran up to you, yo, give me this shit, I'm about to rob me right now. Yo, like you're gonna be frightened, you're tense and all that stuff. And when the animal is being taken like that, the life is taken, all of that energy and all of that stress is in their bodies. So when you're consuming that, no wonder why you're so frantic. No wonder why you're so scared. You've got so much fear. No wonder why, because what you're eating is promoting that to you, because this is supposed to be a nourishment. You use live food so you can be alive. But when you consume dead food, you feel like I'm dead. You feel like that's why at Thanksgiving time, don't get me wrong, the flavors be smacking. I'll be seeing y'all eat some of that chicken and some of those lamb chops and stuff. I'll be like, damn, but I don't want the animal cruelty part. Give me that without the animal cruelty part. And I know the flavors be smacking, but what happens after you eat that? Let's be real. What happens after you eat that stuff? Like, let's just be honest with yourself. You be dead. Like you be over here slumped. You be having an itis. Let's just be real. Your stomach be all bloated out. It's not healthy in any type of way. We just trick ourselves to believe that it's healthy, and it's not. It's not healthy at all. And the biggest crime that it does to you is it distorts your mind. Now you could say this, oh yeah, but not all successful people are, plant-based, whatever the case may be. Yes, that's true. They're not all plant-based. We're not saying you have to be plant-based in order to be successful. What we're saying is that you want real wealth, you got to take health into account as well. And your health is a big part, especially for some of us who've grown up in poverty. You can't afford to have any more negative stuff in you. So you could do it. It's not a crime, but I promise you this though. The people at the top level, they work out hard. They got an eating plan, they got a regimen, and they don't eat as much meat as you think they do, especially going to McDonald's all day, when most of their food is fried. Think about it. You're eating a burger, fries. That alone is tragic. Alone, because it's not actual food. It's a creation, it's a science experiment that tastes good, but it's horrible. Same thing like chips. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know we all love these things, but it's not real food. So then if you're out of alignment, what's going to happen is other things are going to be stressful. And there's another thing too, by the way, a segue, because somebody used to get on women about having attitudes. And I realized a lot of, and y'all ladies could correct me if I'm wrong, but then I thought about it. It's like, damn, a lot of women get their hair done, you know, like it might get extensions and things like that. That takes a long time. Okay, then they got to go get their face done. Then they got to get their eyelashes. Okay, then they have to go get heels. Then they have to look a certain way. Then they may have to get like the girdle thing. And then they might have to get the bra. First of all, men don't wear bras. And I know bra is not healthy for a woman to have. It make your breasts saggy and different things like that because it's not promoting strength. It's actually allowing you to be a weakness. And that's a whole other different story. But then you wear heels. Then you're walking around in heels. Then you're standing around. Then you have to acquiesce to what people say. And you have to look good. Oh, no wonder why a woman got attitude. Because she got all this that she got to deal with. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, all right. So let's help ourselves, y'all. Let's eliminate the things that we don't need. You don't really need the extensions. I'm be honest with you, a guy like a more natural woman anyway. So that's why a woman be confused. Why are you cheating? Because a guy like more natural woman anyway. Like, just to be honest with y'all. You could be dolled up and do all that stuff. You can have the fat booty, all of that. Be honest with you. You get cheated on with a girl without the fat booty. And it's, oh man, damn. Why her? Why all this other stuff? But the point that I'm making is, understanding, like, we are doing so much to make things more complicated than it has to be. You get what I'm saying? And you don't need to wear heels, just so y'all know. Like, guys don't care about that. Women do. That's a woman to woman thing. You know, I gotta have heels because it's a stature type of thing. I get it. But then that's why your feet hurt. You get what I'm saying? Like, so then that's why your back hurt. Okay, that's why your knee hurts. But you don't realize that because it's not gonna happen now. It'll happen later on in life. You eat the meat, eat the animal products. It's not gonna kill you right now. It's going to kill you later on in life. You watch your family do it. Oh, it's in my family's history. Oh, I got diabetes. But then you look at your family, all of them over 200 pounds. And you think that's cool. And my bad if I'm rubbing anybody the wrong way. I'm not. I'm just trying to get a lot of this stuff out right now because it's very important, y'all. Like, I really want to see everybody with results. I'm tired of coming on these calls and people are looking at us like this is just some show. This is not a show. Like, you have to transform yourself. You have to transform yourself. That's what my space is about. When I partnered up with everybody else, I partnered up with Smitty, Boone, and Ramel for this. Like, I came with an idea. They know me. Like, when we're not on camera, I'm giving them game on like mindset, and they already got mindset, whatever. Like, they have it. That's why I asked y'all, what is it? Like, because I want y'all to know what it is. So when we leave this call, you could do the same thing. Because apparently there's a disconnect. And I want to make sure we close the gap. And I'm the bridge to that gap. So what I'm saying is I wanted to make sure that we're given this love. But you got to love yourself enough to transform your life. You got to go from whatever it is that you're doing right now that's not workable. Let's get the workable in. Let's make it workable. Like, let's get the workability into our lives. That's why we do the exercises of going to nothingness, right? Where we'll sit down, we'll meditate, we'll thinkitate, we'll go to the white space where there's nothing. So that way you can realize you're really creating a reality. How many people here, just put something in the chat, if those exercises really help you out, or the exercises pushed you in a direction that gave you some type of love, support, or direction, or anything that it done for you, just put it in the chat so we could know. And don't make it up. I don't want y'all to think that we ask y'all for y'all to show up to us one way and then behind the scenes y'all talking about us. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for you to be real, be transparent, because this is your life. Like, I'm going to be successful regardless whether who shows up on the screen or not. But the people who show up on the screen, guess what happened? The way that I think this way. I'm so blessed to be able to experience life with all of you at this time. I'm legendary. So if I'm legendary in my history, in my life, in my legacy, in my family, the fact that I'm running across you in your life, in your history, in your family, yo, we're legends together. And I'm honoring you and I'm saying thank you to you. That's why I showed up on these calls. That's why I'm here and I serve like this, because to be for real, y'all, like, I'm nothing without the other people in the world. You have to realize that you're nothing without the other people in the world. If it was just by you by yourself, all the things that you think about currently doesn't really exist. Like all the shows that you like, all the way that you want to show up with the lip gloss and the hair and all that, it doesn't even matter because by yourself, you're not even doing half of that stuff. So please understand that all your potential is reached with other people. So I'm thanking each and every one of you for showing up on these calls, making these calls valuable. I just want y'all to have results. So when I go on my podcast runway at the top of the year, because I'm telling y'all going to see me going on a hella podcast tour top of the year. Some of y'all might be with me. Some of y'all might be. That's why we say, look, show up and do the work. Because if you show up and do the work, you might become the next coach. You become a next coach on this platform. By the time I'm going and I'm doing my podcast runs and y'all see me on all these different platforms, I'm going to be talking about you. Then that means your brand is going to grow. That means you're going to get that high stature. But if you're one of the people who just sitting in the back, waiting around, you're going to be just like some of those people who come on this call. Yeah, man, I've been following you, crew, for 2 years, man. You've been on the accountability call. I remember I was on your first accountability call back in 2021, and it was dope, man. It was lovely. It was great. But wait, just now coming around, you just now getting the results. So really, y'all, I want y'all to put yourself in a position to see. You could take Naima off. I know, like, Naima probably sitting there like, yo, damn, I'm stuck on this. Come on, y'all. Like, help Naima out there.
Not at all. Not at all.
Right? All right, cool. So yeah, like some of y'all might be feeling like you might not have the things that you need, but you have everything you need. You've always had it, but you just don't show up for yourself enough. You show up for everybody else. You got all the answers for everybody else, but you don't have the answers for yourself because you don't understand what it takes to manifest the mind to reality of the 3D world. And it's not hard. You just think it's hard because you don't do the things that's possible. You do everything else. You have ego. Everything God opposes. If God puts you on this earth for you to maximize your potential, everything is in alignment when you're first born, except for being at the hospital. When you're born at the hospital, you're out of alignment already. It's not your fault. Don't beat yourself over that stuff. But since you were conceived, there's been a perpetual thing that's been happening, and it has never ceased. And it's called growth. It has never ceased. It will never cease. So when the people say, I already got mindset, it already showed me you don't have the mindset. You always need mindset. That's why you need a mindset coach. You always need it. It does not matter what you think. If you want to be a limited person, then you go be a limited person and don't get any coaching. But if you want to be an abundant person and live in your natural state and get paid to be who you are, then you need the people around you to grow. That's how life was designed. This is why in order to bring one person into this world, you need two people. The two people that you're supposed to be that's supposed to take you to, supposed to be your first mentor, is supposed to be your parents. But then you look at this way how life has developed, right? Your parents can't even be your best mentors. You go to school and your teacher asks you who's your most influential person. You put Martin Luther King up there instead of your parents. I'm not the one that's doing it. You did it. You're the one that did that. Who's your most impactful person? You put LeBron James up there. You did that. I didn't do it. I'm just saying what you did. That's it. You put Nicki Minaj. Hopefully you didn't put Nicki Minaj. No disrespect. Nicki Minaj is a great person. I'm just saying, like, damn. You put Nicki Minaj up there over your mom, that's crazy. That's crazy. But some of you have done that. Put your favorite actress up there. She's my, you got all these celebrities on your wall, but you don't have your parents on your wall. It's crazy. And you don't listen to them either. All right, my bad. I went on a rant for like 10 minutes. Let's go to next person.
Let's get it.
My bad. Let's go to next.
King Jose, come through. 30 seconds or less. Talk to us, King.
What's up, family? It's been a long time. Guys, I'll meet you guys up. All right. I do want to take advantage of my last days here. I've been working a lot. I know there's excuses. That's why I haven't been talking as much because I feel like it's just a whole bunch of excuses. And it's you already know it hurts me. It bothers me that this information that I'm getting and I'm not taking full advantage of it. I want to keep on working on this mindset. I'm noticing that my mindset is, I need this mindset and I want to continue this mindset thing. I just don't have the tools. You guys are the only ones that are able to provide that. And I'm hoping that I'm trying to connect with people, to like-minded people like you guys. And right now, I'm working on staying focused on the things that I got to do on top of all these hours that I'm working. I'm working a lot of hours. I'm working from Monday through all the way to Sunday, a lot of hours, and I'm exhausted. Like I said, it's excuses. I am still working on my credit, making that go up. I'm working on the LC. I'm trying to work on the fundamentals, the little things that I could do right now. And I feel like I need more of this mindset work. And I want to take full advantage before this is over.
I got you. Let me add some back because I know this is going to go a little bit over time. We're already over time. If anybody, this is 9:30, please start doing some work if you need to. I want you to go into the luhvplus.com and start putting down your goals. I want you to go and put your commitments for today, and I want you to put your gratitude for today. At least do those three things. Everybody else, every other thing that, like the workout picks and all the other things that we have up there, do them at your discretion at this point. We gave you the rules. We gave you the tools of how to be successful, but at least today, right now, while you're on this call, start doing your work right now. Set out your intention for today. So go in there and put your commitments, go in there and put your gratitude, and let's be successful. So, all right, continue to go. Let me say this, Jose. So honestly, for everybody, what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to drop the price to stay locked in here, right? So now, usually what we would do is we'll give exclusive access to individuals, but we also have some people who come in, they don't want to have mentorship. They just want to use the app, right? They just want to be able to use the tools, like the challenges, because that's been helping them. So literally to have what we call a diamond package is, $397, and then we got the platinum is $297, then you got the gold and $197. I'm gonna drop those prices. Like the lowest price is gonna be $29.99. You're gonna be able to get like at least the accountability calls for $29.99, and all accountability calls. The program itself, it costs $1,000 for each of you. Like when y'all paid to get in here, y'all paid for this already. That's why I was telling y'all, like, take advantage of this, because it's not like we're throwing y'all some free thing. Like they came to me and it was like, yo, we want your program. I didn't go to them and be like, yo. They came to me. I was doing this privately, y'all. And they were part of it. They see it. I'm with them. I'm working with them on the road. We travel. Hey, yo, what you doing, bro? And I tell them, oh, this is what I got going on. They come and they look like, nah, we need this. How much, bro? I gave them a discount. That's all we do. All we do is share with each other. And the whole point that I've been making this whole time is like, yo, how are you going to become more effective in less time? And this, I'm talking to Jose, but I'm talking to everybody at the same time. How are you going to become more effective in less time? What's the answer? How do I respond to this? How do I respond to this? Everybody put this in the chat. When I say I want you to become more effective in less time, because that's the primary focus. The primary pathway is what? How are you going to become more effective in less time? Just the simple answer. Strategic partnerships. So when Jose's saying, yeah, I don't really got the time, or I don't got this, or if somebody else say they don't really have the time, the only way that you are going to be successful, the only way, is if you have strategic partnerships. That's the only way. The only way. Which way is it? Put it in the chat. The only way. So this is why I asked you to get accountability partners. That's why I asked you to get Luhv Plus buddies. That's why I asked you to build with each other. Because when this app rolls out, this is a beta. If some of y'all go to the website, you'll see it. It says beta on the side. This is not fully launched to the world on a publication scale where we're like telling everybody about it. But coming up in December, it will be. Because that's going into the new year, new me, new mindset, right? That whole thing, that's when our run will go from this. So you have a prime time opportunity to get in, to be locked into this position at your highest potential. You already have some history in it. But now, the more you stay in it, the better you're going to get. But guess what? New people come into this program all the time. So then you're going to meet with the new people. And you are the expert now because you've done research every day. You've done it for 60 days in a row. Like you've done it for 90 days in a row. I haven't seen anybody do that yet. Now you will take your business to the next level if you do research 90 days in a row. Like when I was on my research heavy like this, like, yo, it took my life from 0 to hero. Just letting y'all know, just a factor. So literally everything that everybody's in here asking for is for success. But the only way you're going to get it is these two things. And I wanted to know, what do you need to manifest from the thought world to the 3D printed world? And nobody has answered that yet. And the craziest thing is that you've been in it and nobody has answered. That's how I know you're not doing the work. That's how I know. But I'm sick of telling you to do the work. I want to show you how to do the work. So going forward in these accountability calls, I'm going to show you how to do the work. Because remember, these accountability calls, this is not the accountability call. Like that's what everybody kept saying. So people say it as the accountability call. It's called mailbox motivation calls, because you're supposed to be already doing the work. And then when you get on here, we're just talking about the work that we done. Yo, what's the go update? But since you're not doing the work, it has to take another turn for you to get mindset. You get what I'm saying? If y'all follow me, put follow in the chat. It's a different world when you're doing the work, and the different and it's a difference the way these calls show up to you. Like the people who aren't doing the work, these calls are just like, all right, it's gonna get them hype a little bit, but then it's gonna also make them feel like they're not doing anything. All right, cool. People who are doing the work, yo, I like this shit. Yo, I'm on because they got wins. They're happy to share the wins. They're happy to know, I'm tapped in. I'm shaking and moving. Oh, now I'm a coach. Like, look at Jasmine. Jasmine started back in December. And now she's up here giving y'all her signature smoothies. Sunshine started back in November with Fund Your Freedom. And now she's up here running things at InvestFest. Nico started in Fund Your Freedom. Now she's up here working out on Saturdays, instructing you. So I'm not saying this to you that everybody's going to be a coach here, but I'm telling you that your life will transform here if you do the work. And everybody still has to do the work. Nico, you still got to do the work. Moya, you still got to do the work. Everybody who's here that you see up here still got to do the work. Like, they still have to do the work regardless. But let's continue to go to other people.
Coach Kruger, I wanted to interject and add to Jose that about the partnerships. I'm in the same boat, bro. Last week I did 72 hours, but I got my other team members, and they pick up the fire, and we keep rolling. We're gonna have some wins soon, but I just wanted to mention this to stay motivated, bro.
100%. Everybody send some love to King Jose in the chat. That's 100%, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you.
A couple people, because I want to move forward. That I'm once I move forward, we can have like a more open discussion. But I want to let everybody know right now. So this is what I mentioned to y'all. What I'm going to do right now, like if you was to go on the site right now, I don't know what is up there. I don't know who put it up there or anything, but I'm going to drop the link. If y'all want to stay tapped in, even after the program is done, and that way you can at least get the accountability calls, and you know that you're getting accountability calls, I'm going to drop this in the chat, right? So that way y'all can stay tapped in. The lowest price is going to be $29.99. That's just to get the accountability calls every month when we do them, right? So that's just to stay tapped in. Once again, the accountability call in general, the program, this whole accountability boot camp, this is $997 per person, right? It's $1,000 to be here. That's a small fee, right? But what we're doing is, just because I see that we need more work, I got to slash that into like irresistible offer for you, so you stay around, so that way you can get the work done. Because like I said, I'm going to change up a few things, because I want to gear it towards people. Yes, it's going to be $30 a month. I'm gearing this towards people now who could use the extra work. You get what I'm saying? Originally, this was for people who were already doing the work and just needed the structure and written down. So they know already that they got to have gratitude. They already know they got to live with that. They already know they have to write down their work. They already know they're doing research. They already know, because that's a person like myself. We already know this stuff. I went to Mind Valley. I was in Landmark, all these other different places. And I had mentors like Lisa Nichols, Vision Lakiani, like all these different people who are already living like this. So this is how I was able to get here. So I wanted to do the same thing. And with my platform, make the same thing. But I'm realizing there's another element that I need to incorporate, and that's showing you how to do the thing. Right? Because a lot of you just get on these calls, and because they call it accountability call, you think that this is the accountability. This is not. The accountability is on you to go do the thing that we assigned you to do, and most of you haven't done it, unfortunately. So that's why we're putting the price down low, so that way you can take advantage of it. Because when we launch it in January, when we launch it to everybody, and we go on these podcast runs, I want people to be able to come back and see your work. I want people to be able to come back and hear you. I want you to be able to be a person that's a coach, or somebody that's going to be a person that's taking the next leap of life, the next step in your business. You're now educating other people. That's what I do this for, to create a world full of love, connectivity, financial prosperity. That's what this community is for. But if I'm not seeing you on the financial prosperity side, and I'm not seeing you on the connection side, I'm only seeing you on the love, there, like, we got work to do. Okay, we got work to do. So as I change this right now, I'm changing in real time. I'm going my back end. I'm gonna change the prices right now. You're gonna see 3 prices come up. I'm gonna let everybody else speak. So Jasmine, run the show now, 30 seconds or less, and let everybody speak while I go change this in the back end.
Absolutely. Thank you, King. All right, King Reginald, King Reggie. 30 seconds or less. Come through. Talk to us. You muted, King.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, King.
Awesome, man. I just want to say this program is really blessing me for as I'm getting more confident when I speak, and I feel a lot of change breaking out for me for as speaking. So I was able to do a class this weekend, and I did very well because I'm getting the confidence to be able to speak in front of people, and I just owe that to you guys for just pushing and encouraging me every day. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And plus, for us on the mindset, I think we just need to take massive actions, get in the right environment, build these relationships, and just grow.
Absolutely, Cap. Absolutely, especially with the confidence, just having the confidence. Once you have confidence in yourself, that means there's confidence in all other aspects of your life. So everything you're doing, you have confidence because there's confidence within yourself. Show some love to King Reggie. Love that. Love that. Thank you so much, King. All right, let's go. King West, come through. 30 seconds or less. What are we doing that's making us actually be successful? What is the key?
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Morning.
Well, I just wanted to say that I believe that what holds us back is, we still in that poverty mindset, and that we're trying to, we want to get out of it, but we have to take more accountability. And I think for us to do so, we need to be around like-minded people. But we need to be very intentional about everything that we do, especially if we're tired of, being in the same position, being in that hamster wheel. Like enough is enough. So you got to take one day at a time, and, you have to believe that you can do it. You know what I mean? So I guess in order to get to the other side, you got to get from that poverty mindset to the wealth mindset. So basically, we got to get in these rooms with people that really know what they're doing, and we got to just listen. We got to listen and take action. You know what I mean? And I don't think we're doing that enough. And I'm talking about myself as well. You know what I mean? So we just, we got to be very intentional and just make it happen.
Absolutely, King.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Get in the rooms and stay in the rooms and make moves in the rooms. Don't just get in the rooms, right?
Yeah, be very intentional.
Be intentional. Show King West some
Yeah.
love in the chat. It's great to hear from you, King.
Absolutely. Hey, look, the Invest Fest was amazing. It was a great experience, and I can't wait for next year.
Absolutely. Sure. You're gonna have your own booth next year, okay?
Yeah, you got to speak it. You got to speak it, but you know what I mean. You got to really mean that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
All right. Show
All right now.
Let's get it. 30 seconds or less. Queen Latanya, talk to us. What's really on that up and up? How do we get the success? How do we really lock in? What does that look like?
Hi. When Coach Frew was initially saying it, my mind immediately went to just writing it out, getting a plan together and executing. But then right before he went off, and it made me think about mentorship, like being around the right people, taking in what's being given by these individuals who have experienced and been through and giving you their knowledge and then executing on it. Just really quickly, my pastor spoke about your pain will pay you. And then he talked about being able to pursue what God has already said yes to. So that's where I am now trying to get my mind, which why I definitely need to be connected to Love Plus, is my mindset to know that it's already yes. I just have to pursue what has already been given to me and make it a reality.
Absolutely, Queen. Opening our eyes and realizing what's really in front of us. And that happens through the mentorship. So every time we step away or we're around other people that are not really aligned or in alignment with what we're doing, it actually throws us off track. It actually reboots us to now give us the opportunity to go left or to stay in the right alignment. So that is so powerful, Queen. And I just experienced that last night. So I'm feeling you right now, like mentorship and environment, that is everything. That is how you stay. When you stay close to the fire, then everything that you're working for, it only becomes even more real every single day. Thank you, Queen. And thank you for always tapping in and really shining a light every time you at work. Always got the fly fits on, but you always show up and show out for raising your hand. So thank you, Queen. We appreciate
Thank you.
you. Absolutely. All right. Show Queen Latanya some love in the chat. Let's get King David in the building. King David, come through. 30 seconds or less.
I think it's important for us to understand making a decision versus a choice. When you decide to make a decision, you cut off the option of anything else. When you have choices, you have options to do based on your emotions and your feelings. So I think the mindset is understanding I'm going to decide to do this, and then I'm going to execute versus what I'm choosing, and then letting the environment and other circumstances change. So that allows me to make or action, implement things because I make decisions and I'm able to act on it. So deciding versus options.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Listen, our life is based off of our choices. So we can either choose every day is going to happen. Every situation that's meant for us is already aligned. It's already assigned. So we can choose to embrace it, or we can choose to let it deteriorate us, right? So that is so powerful. Just choices, choosing to be positive, choosing to be successful, choosing you, choosing to be aligned, choosing God to work through you, right? For you. So that is powerful. Thank you, King David. Thank you. All right, let's get it. Queen Donna, we got Queen Donna up here. 30 seconds or less. Talk to us, Queen Donna.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I just want to share that how do you manifest the mind to the 3D world? Well, I'm thinking in looking at the whole, business world, when you really think about it, it's just a matter of the recycling of ideas. Okay. If you even say, for example, look at the airline industry, you have the various airlines, they're all offering the similar service. However, what they all do is to change things that already exist and make it into something new. And then they add value. Okay. They add value where, say, for example, they may charge you for bags, they may not. They may have some kind of mileage program. Customer service, that's big. If you give the best customer service, guess what? That's the airline I'm going to choose. Okay. So it's a matter of adding your own specific touch to something. And then of course you can't do any of this business without collaborating. So it's pretty much the renovate, innovate, collaborate that you're going to use to really take you to the 3D world. That's my take on it.
Absolutely. That 3D world is already here. So just really stepping into the place. Thank you so much, Queen Donna. Show Queen Donna some love. Thank you for showing up, raising your hand, being involved. All right, we have Queen Angela come through. 30 seconds or less.
Is it on? Okay, so good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. For me, exactly. The underlying theme for me is definitely community conversation, because you're not having those conversations in your circle at home. But the other piece to that I think is really important is that as you're having those communities and those that support system within the community of that you're aspiring to be a part of, there's another matrix that you have to fight through to understand a system within that community, because it can present like hindrances that create more time, more research, so you can perfect to understand and maximize tools, especially digital tools. If you don't come in with certain things and it takes you a little bit longer, doesn't mean that you're lazy. It simply means that you have things that you're dealing with that maybe other people don't have to deal with, tools that you're trying to sharpen or understand so you can apply them. So within the community that you can master certain things that are available so that truly they can make an impact in your life. All it means is that the reality is those tools do make a difference, because they can make something appear as though it's something that it is truly not. And it doesn't matter how hard you're working. If you're only seeing you're only seeing your manifestation of where you think a person should be, then you're not allowing us to progress along the pace with the tools that we came in with. So as we're sharpening those tools, becoming better in those tools, and celebrating those wins, may not be a win to somebody else, but it's definitely a win to a person who did the work, because we are doing our work, but we're doing it at a pace and with the knowledge of the tools our tool set that we have to apply within this. We all have the conversation piece. I don't have a problem talking. I love people, But the other things, there are some things that, I speak for myself. There are some things that take me a little bit longer to do than everybody else. And I appreciate allowing myself to pace it. And I celebrate my wins. I celebrate how long it takes me 2 days to do a video. Still don't know how to post them up there. But I told myself 3 weeks ago, I kept saying this. I said, I don't care how long it takes. I'm going to make sure that happens. And so I'm going to make imperfections. So as long as we're allowed to grow and to improve and to say, okay, well, I'm constantly pivoting. So I'm in a situation where I have the digital background. There were no computers in high school. There were no computers in college. I had typewriters all the way till COVID. It didn't happen. So for me, everything is like, okay, this is a new journey. And so each little piece is fascinating for me. And so for me, that is another matrix that I have to learn. It's like interpreting a new language, going to Greece and going, oh yes, I know that I got to do this, but I got to learn. Now, how does that go again? So that takes more time for some of us than others. So just to acknowledge the fact that everyone's tool set is not on the same level playing field. I think that's important. And because we'll acknowledge each other as we all want to be entrepreneurs and are millionaires, that like, again, we're all starting at different places. So I think that's really, really important, because a win to me and a win to you may look different. And so I just hope they're all celebrated, no matter how it looks to us, but that we know behind the scenes how long it took to make that happen. I know that took longer than 30 seconds, so I'm sorry about that. So thank you guys very much.
Absolutely, Queen Angela. Like how you said, you don't care how long it takes you, but with the strategic partnerships, with these one-on-one phone calls, with the mentorship, with the Luhv Plus app, listen, we are becoming more effective in less time. So not necessarily how long it takes, but just when that day comes, right? Because of strategic partnerships you have, you're always asking questions, being in the right spaces on time, early on time. So it's going to show up to become more effective in less time, rather than just waiting to see when it happens. So Queen Angela, thank you. Make sure you show some love to Queen Angela in the chat, because it is happening. It is here. When you stay close to the fire, it grows. It makes you stronger. We can always get the information, but if we're not choosing to do the research, if we're not choosing to really choose our success or our dreams every single day, then it's just another class. We might as well pay the loans to go to a university, because it's the same thing, right? So this is really the choice that we make every single day. Thank you so much, Queen Angela.
Well, thank you.
Great stuff, great stuff. So here's the answer, because we're coming to a close. Here's the answer, right? In order to manifest from the mental, from the spiritual, from the thought world into the 3D reality world here, it takes two things. It takes mindset and work ethic. Work ethic is a fancy way of saying accountability. And accountability is a one word for saying discipline and consistency. So you need the mindset to be disciplined and consistent at anything you do. I know some of you are like, yeah, no, you're not disciplined and you're not consistent. And that's why you have the results you have. Like, let's just clear the air, so that way you don't have to feel like Coach Crew is being mean up here or whatever it is. Let's be honest. Let's be honest and put it in chat. Are you disciplined and consistent? Because I know for a fact that you're not. Not everybody, but I'm talking about the people who aren't disciplined and consistent. If you are disciplined and consistent, just put that's me in the chat. Let's just be real here. I want to know. Let's just be real here. If you are real enough to say, yo, that's me, put it in the chat. Because it's your work ethic. To be honest, it's your work ethic. Some of you think, okay, I just made one post. Yep, that's good. I'm done. Some of y'all think, okay, I just spoke to 2 people. Okay, that's good. I'm done. Some people think, okay, I just sat here for 2 hours, 5 hours, and I did this work. Okay, I'm done. It's a discipline and work ethic. It's your work ethic, discipline and consistency, work ethic. I got to be on top of it. You know, remember like 2 weeks ago when I played the Mamba mentality? Kobe was sitting there talking. Like, if Kobe just comes out and shoots 2 shots, oh, I made both of them. All right, cool, I'm done. He comes out and worked out. Yeah, but I worked out all last week. I don't need to work out this week. Discipline and consistency, work ethic. Everybody drop work ethic in the chat. You have to have a work ethic. When we talk about accountability program, I'm teaching you work ethic. If you do not do the work, you don't learn work ethic. And then what you do is you work the way you think that things are going to work. And you go, yeah, man, that's just my, things are going to happen at my time. And it's not. To be real, to be honest, it's not. You got to get your ass up and work. And even if when you feel like it's not working, you got to work harder, smarter, higher. You got to create strategic partnerships. I got to get mentorship. I have to be so consumed and so obsessed with what I need to do so that way I can get what I want in my life that I don't care that I got to do this. I don't care that I got to wake up and do 50 push-ups straight out the bed. I got to go up and I got to do it. Work ethic. Work ethic. When we talk about accountability, is discipline and consistency. This is the only way that you ever become successful with the mindsets. But see, the poor thing about certain mindsets is that you don't have them, not you, everybody's just to that person. You don't have the mindset that you know you need to do what you said you need to do in order to get the result. You just know that you need to do it. You don't know you need to do it to get the result. You just know that you need to do it. It's not, knowing means nothing. So when people were saying you got to take action, yes, that's cool. You can take action, but it's your work ethic. It's how you are working. Are you so consumed that, yo, I'm gonna get it done? Are you so organized? Are you strategizing? Like, are you putting yourself in position? Are you creating systems? Are you having your mentors? Are you locked into an environment of success? Are you locked in? Like, that is what I'm talking about. So when you have an opportunity here to be around other people who are working, because let's just be real, when you go home, yo, you're not around these people. Like, you're not around people who are working this way. You're not around people who are positive, who are encouraging you. It's unfortunate that most of our families are like that. It's unfortunate. So I do see some beautiful families who are just very supportive to each other, encouraging. That might be you here. But I'm not talking to that person, right? I'm talking to the person who needs what I'm offering right now, which is to be locked into accountability. So for everybody here, I'm doing y'all a favor on this one. I'm doing y'all a favor on this one. On this one, I'm saying $29.99 to stay in the accountability bootcamp program. Now, you're going to be able to have access to certain things, but that's just the gold membership. In fact, I want to do this visually. Can somebody share the screen? Who's sharing the screen? Whoever's sharing the screen, go to luhvplus.com, and I want to go through this live. I want to go through this live. Somebody share the screen, please. But you have to utilize that link, though. You have to utilize the link in order to share that screen. I want to go to the pricing plans. So bring that up. While they bring that up, who is in? Let me know who's in. Who's in? If you're in, raise your virtual hand or put it in the chat. I want to know who's in. And if you're not in, I want to know who's not in too, because whatever it is that we want to make sure you can do this better. Whatever it is that you want, we're going to give you the environment. The thing is, what I realize is that most people are spending a lot. So like, if you came into our program on the other side, like Fund Your Freedom, when you came to our program on the other side, like Mailbox Millionaires Academy, or with any other program that we offer, like, I don't want you to feel like, oh, damn, I'm just spending more money. So I said to myself, okay, you still need to put something down, because if you don't put anything down, you're not going to do it, but at least a rate that would keep you in, regardless whether you're moving around, whether you can't afford the higher ticket, regardless, at least you can get the result. That way you can stay tapped into a higher mentorships, at least that. So originally the diamond status plan is $397. The platinum plan is $297, and the gold status is $197. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Because like I told you, I just slashed that into like, that's not even half. That's like way more than half. That's how much percentage is that for the diamond status at 300%. I slashed that in 300% for you. That's a 300% off. 300% off for the diamond plan. All right. And for the platinum plan, it's basically this, like, damn, like, just the gold status just robbed me blind. Okay. But to be real, I don't want y'all to feel like you're robbing me. I just want to give y'all a lot of value. That's really true. But here's the deal. So I am going to go in, I'm going to change this, right? It's only 30%. Scroll up a little bit so they can see what they get in it. It's only 30% off or 50% off or 70% off of one-on-one calls with myself. With Sunshine, Danielle, Jasmine, is still the standard price on that. So like I said, I just changed this in the back end. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna fix that as far as making sure that's clear enough to everybody. With the percentage off of the one-on-one calls is for me only. Like, it's not for Jasmine, it's not for Sunshine. If they give y'all discounts on their own, that's cool, but it's for me. Now, so I want to bring up somebody if they have any questions or concerns on this, so that way we could address it. As you can tell by the package plan, you're going to get a difference in the package. Obviously, if you got the gold status, cool. You just want to come, you want to be around the calls. All right, cool. That's cool. You still get certain access to the challenges on the app itself. You still get membership. You still get to access to certain rooms and groups. So you're still fine on that. But if you look at the platinum status plan and the gold status plan, there's other benefits that you get that you don't get with the gold. And yes, you want to, if you're going to do diamond, you better sure take advantage of the one-on-one calls, because what's the percentage off on one-on-one calls of that? I can't even see because you scroll. But all right, cool. Jasmine, if any hands are up, let's bring some hands up. I want to hear who's in. So it doesn't matter if you're in or if you're not in, just raise your virtual hand. We want to hear what's going on because we want to be able to help you out.
Let's get it. All right, Queen Alicia. Where you go? Don't play with me, Queen Alicia. Where you at?
Queen Alicia be doing that, right? She'll raise her hand. She'll be like,
yeah. Don't do that, y'all. Don't put me on the spot.
Talk to us.
Of course, I'm all in because I'm definitely one of the people you were talking to directly. I'll admit it. I'm not consistent with my plans, so I need more time.
Hold on, we gotta spotlight you. Come on, we can't just.
No, really?
We gotta put you on the spot. We gotta spotlight
you. Good morning, everyone.
What's
so
up?
I'm all in. I'm all in, crew, because I'm very not consistent. When the guy Jose was talking, I was like, that's me. I'm all over the place. Even though I'm trying to be as dedicated to the program as possible, I'm still not consistent with my work. I'm still not setting my time aside. And so far, the mindset training has helped me with life in general. So I just want to continue to go on the right path so I could be better.
Okay, absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Drop some stuff in the chat, y'all. If y'all know what Alicia, I love you and I appreciate you for just taking the next steps. You told me even when we had the movie premiere, you was like, yo, I'm ready. Yeah, I was talking to you too, right? It took you 2 years to get to this point, and I'm happy that you're finally here because now you can really transform your life and for your children too. And some of y'all who showed up at the golden carpet, y'all seen Alicia come out there and she brought her daughter. And to me, look, this is real family. So to be able to have your family show up this way and see you as a person that they could trust to help build with, to me, that's everything. So just understand, like, we're all one. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to glow. Everybody send some love in the chat for Alicia.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's get it. All right, Queen Angela, come talk to us. 30 seconds or less.
Oh, hold up. This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna record just a little more, but then I gotta stop it. All right. So we're gonna stop recording soon, but go ahead. Just to let you know.
So my question is, and the form that we have now, the 3 days a week in the morning, is that what's going to continue for the $29.95? I don't understand.
So the accountability bootcamp program is what you're in when it's 3 days a week.
Yes.
Like that, right? And it's a program. It lasts for 4 weeks. It's 30 days. That's a program. Yes. Now that you will have access to that when we have the program. So now if we don't have a program and you're in that month, you better off just taking some of the challenges and doing some of the work and following some of the other stuff, the other group. Now, let's say if you're a platinum, then you're going to get access to all the accountability calls because we do special pop-up calls, right? So that's not the accountability bootcamp. Those are just accountability pop-up calls, right? So we'll do that. You won't get notified for that if you are in a gold status. Unfortunately, that you won't get noted for that. You still have all of these perks here. You still got all of this. And then whenever we have accountability 30-day program, yeah, you're more than welcome to show up. It doesn't even matter if you're in our programs anymore. As long as you have this, you're still able to come to the accountability call.
So then the 20 is the gold status and just like online work, we work by ourselves. I'm still not clear.
Well, you're not clear. I will explain it in this way. you have, if you look at the, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the gold status, right, you have access to the 30-day accountability program. So anytime we have a 30-day program, you can come to that anytime if you have this membership active. So this is normally $1,000. You're getting it at $29.99. So you might be lucky. Like for people who was in FYF, right? They're in here right now. Some of those people are in here right now. They're not paying for this one. This is just bonus stuff for them. But being that they were inside the program, that's they got that type of perk, right? So to have extra classes. If you have gold status, you're not going to get extra classes. You're only going to get access to the 30-day program, which is 3 days a week for 4 weeks. That's it. Now you're going to have the 30% off one-on-one calls with myself. You're going to have access to different challenges on the app, and you're going to get these crew coin opportunities to help build towards your purchases inside the shop, right? So that way you get discounts inside the shop. So yes, you are going to have access to a 30-day accountability program, which is 3 days a week for 4 weeks. Yes.
So, okay, one other question. So when you say for 4 weeks and the rest of the year that we're on our own?
No, for anytime that we have accountability bootcamp program, anytime, because we're going to have this multiple times throughout. Sometimes it's back to back. Literally, sometimes it's back to back. As if the next week, like this is your last week, but next week, somebody else's beginning week. And your group is here. Like you'll see a whole different group of people, right? You won't see the same people because those people are not in this next group that's coming up. However, if you have the platinum status or the diamond status, you will be able to have access to other pop-up calls that we do. But once again, this is not 30 days and then that's it. It's a 30-day program. So anytime we are running the 30-day program, you will get notified that we're running the 30-day program, and then you will be able to join that for the 3 days, 4 weeks.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
No problem. Great question, because somebody else could have had the same question and they wanted the answer for that, just for clarity purposes.
Absolutely. Let's get it. Show some love to Queen Angela in the chat. Queen Ebony, come through. 30 seconds or less. Talk to us.
I am in, and you don't got to keep directly talking to me. I felt like I told him in a workout class, I said, he may not have said my name, but I felt that you was coming from me. And sometimes we need tough love. So I'm in because I need tough love.
Yo, Ebony, I'm gonna send you a lot of love because I love you and I want you to really have success. Remember, y'all, this is my dream, y'all. Like my dream is to create a community. And it's not that it's a dream. That's why I say my possibilities. But I'm just trying to relate to some people who don't understand when I speak that way, right? If you ever gotten a one-on-one call with me, you already know I'll pull that out of you. What are your possibilities? Who are you the possibility of? But who I am is the possibility of love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. I'm always going to say this because this is what I want to profess. This is what I'm creating. I'm creating a community of love, connectivity, financial prosperity. Anybody who's ever been inside of our Mailbox Millionaires Academy, they already know me for that. I am in charge of creating company cultures around different companies in America. And when I decided, I said, okay, I keep helping create companies, but no disrespect, like it's not our people, right? So I want to create something for us. Like, so we decided, let's do it for ourselves. And then that's when we created Mailbox Millionaires Academy with the Love Plus inside of it, right? So now we're going to keep expanding our community around the world, but now it's still the community of love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. It's not the community. I was helping train career professionals to get bonuses and promotions. Because when I first came into the career world, I was getting promoted left and right. Like I remember I told y'all about this one story when I moved to California on a whim. I really went to California on vacation, y'all. I went to California on vacation. It was so nice. I stayed another month. Then I stayed a whole year. You get what I'm saying? On vacation. So stayed a whole year. And then during this time, I had picked up a job and I was in the finance world. And I got promoted 3 times in the same week. When I seen that was possible, that transformed because I brought hundreds of thousands of dollars to the company just in that one week. They was like, no, we got to move you up, bro. We need you at the top. So when I started documenting my processes, and I was able to go on to different companies, be able to help and teach people how to do things. And then, I decided to say, all right, enough is enough on the corporate world. What about my entrepreneur side? Because we need ownership. So this is why we created this platform, just giving y'all background on that. So Ebony, yes, I'm sending you a lot of love. And it is tough love because we have to realize, look, the work is not going to get done without the work ethic. I need y'all to realize, yo, I'm on the clock and I got to work. And it's not about working harder. It's just about being smarter and working higher. So just wanted to make sure y'all know that.
Absolutely. All right. We have King David come through. King David, 30 seconds or less.
I just got a quick question. I'm driving, and so will this offer be available like after the call, or is it just like right now?
I'm actually gonna let it be after the call. But honestly, to be totally transparent, it's really supposed to just be for this call. Like, but as I'm saying, there's a lot of people that's not on this call. So I'm kind of in between. I don't really know just yet. Right now, I'm offering it for people who are on this call. That's how I'm gonna do it right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do it that way. I can't promise you that I am gonna do it because I could change my mind. But right now, I'm only offering it to everybody that's on this call.
Okay, thanks.
So King David, some love, safety, traveling, King, always. All right, let's have Queen Latanya come through, 30 seconds or less. You're on mute, Queen.
Oh, send her the unmute. Ask her to unmute.
And now it says she's unmuted. Hold on. All right, let's try again. Go ahead. No, you're unmuted, but we can't hear you, Queen. All right, we're going to carry right back to you. Queen Kira, come through, 30 seconds or less.
Hi, everybody. Good morning, all you beautiful kings and queens. So I'm in, and the reason I'm in is because I'm really loving the person I've become since joining this program, and I feel like I'm always putting into other people, and I never do nothing for myself. So this time I'm betting on myself. So I'm tapped in, locked in, and rocking to the Rose Bowl. Let's get it.
Okay, love it. Absolutely love it. Jasmine, what you got to say for that? Give me some energy real fast.
Yeah, because the bet on yourself is real. Like, it's really real, Queen. I even had the pleasure of just meeting with you, speaking with you. I know it was quick, but I'm excited to, grow with you. But that bet on yourself is 100% real because now you're allowing yourself to be capable to achieve and receive all the success and all the endeavors that you've always wanted. So there's always usually a blockage or a wall that continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger, but allowing yourself to bet on you and really knocking that wall down to really figure out what's on the next side. Like, that's exactly what you're doing, right? And that's exactly what I did when I was in the mentorship, starting out in the mentorship. Like, I knew I had to leave my job. I knew I had to get out there. I knew I needed more time to get to this success. And this was part of what I did. So the fact that you're saying you betting on yourself, like, mark your days, make sure you write in your journey down, because you're going to look back in the next month or even the next 2 weeks and be like, yo, like, I'm really here. Yes, you really are, like, because of the decision you made today, August 28th. So yes, Queen, I'm happy for you, congratulating you, and we locked in. This is it. Like, this is it. There's only up, because we always going forward as a group, as a family, right? We always going forward as a mentorship, but it's our choice to choose to go up, right? So no more sitting in the background, none of that sitting in the background for our life. We're here. We ready for the hydrating smoothie with the sea moss in it that's helping our hair, our nails, everything grow, all of us, right? So congratulations, Queen. We are happy to have you always.
Absolutely. So we have somebody else up, right? You're supposed to go to somebody else.
Latanya, did how's the mic working? Latanya, you good to come through? I think.
Can you hear me?
Yes, there's
Yay.
a way. Let's go, let's get it.
This happens when I get calls because I'm on my cell phone. But anyway, I really
Wait, hold on. We can't see your face.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Now we got the camera issue. They don't want you to be great today.
I see.
But let me see your work ethic. Come on. Send her the video
Here I
Question.
am.
All right, there we go. Great stuff.
There we go. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, so what I was getting ready, or what I was asking was, how do I become lifetime with the Love Plus app and in this program? Because it's something that I need beyond, the MMA and connected just for a short period of time. Although I want to be MMA forever, I want to be locked in on a more permanent basis. And I have a lot of work to do, a lot of work to do. And it starts with my mind. And I already know that. So I see the prices. You dropped it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But does that expire? And if it does, I'm fine with it. I just need to know up front.
Yeah, so they do expire, and as I mentioned before, these prices are not going to be like this standard. Like, I'm thinking about if we do run a special, you might get it again, but that's all up in the air type of stuff. I don't really know the future, but I know right now we haven't done much marketing, much promotion. But at the top of the year, when we do that, like a little something like this. But other than that, it's going to be $397, $497. But we do have a lifetime pass, and actually, like when you go on the Love Plus app and you go like to somebody's name, you can see like the badges that they have, so like this. Jasmine is actually a lifetime pass holder, and it's around $5,000. That's what it was for her. I think next year to be 10 because we're gonna do like mentorship with it. But this one is $1,000. You do get $5,000. It is a lot of perks that come with it. If you want me to, I can put that inside of this right here that's on the screen so you can see that. I'll do that real fast. But yes, there is a lifetime pass for anybody who does want a lifetime pass. It is available for you. With the lifetime pass, we do work closer with you, so that way we can help you grow not only from a personal standpoint but for a business and brand. So that is something that we offer. As you see, like Jasmine, she, like I mentioned before, she joined in December. Basically, she went through the whole boot camp in January. Came through the whole community. She did the accountability program twice. This is basically her third time doing it. And literally 100%, like 100%. Now look at her now, like golden carpet. She didn't have that, but it's not the same when you don't got the community. When you got the community, it's a whole extra level. So I'm not selling y'all on that. I'm selling you on what you could be utilizing us. That's just the real truth of it. You have to be on other people's stages. You have to be with other people's audiences. You really have to step into your alignment with your. So I'll put that on the screen so you can see. So yes, we do have lifetime pass for people who really want that level. 100%. But you gotta be dedicated. You see Japanese calls every day. She's still a student, but she's also now working with her and her business, the 360 video booth. So like, yes, we have chances to partner up with each other, different things like that. But don't do it just because you want me to do something with you. Like, do it because you really believe in me being able to help you out with your status or your life or your mindset. Like, if you believe in me, I'll believe in you, and I'll take it to that level with you. I'll put that on the screen though. Anything else?
No, that's it. And just thanking all of you guys. I had a crisis moment over the weekend. I was scheduling a call with Danielle, and I just wanted to publicly say thank you to her, because even though we were rescheduling our call, she took that time to just even speak life into me in that moment. So this is another reason why I need to permanently be locked in, because it's not just to help me gain capital, although I know if I stay in the room and stay connected to you guys, I will. But this is my life on the line. So I need to be around people who I believe in my whole heart, got my best interests at heart, and want to see me win. And I feel like I have that now with you guys. So yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Everybody send some love to Latanya in the chat. We're seeing a lot of love, Queen. Life will throw you some lemons. Just got to make lemonade out of it. Don't get upset, because I know some of us bite into the orange, to the pill, and it's kind of bitter, but just make the lemonade, drink that juice, and just understand things are going to be worked out for the best at the end, as long as you do the work and have that work ethic. So everybody send that love in the chat, please. Jasmine, run the show while I go and put that back up here. I don't have anybody running the back end on this, because this is not planned. This is actually on the spot. So, I'm just doing this for y'all right now. But go ahead, Jazz.
Got you, King. He always loved doing on the spot. Like, success is okay. Let's move with speed. That's where the success is at. Queen Anissa, come through, my beautiful, beautiful queen. Talk to us.
I'm sorry, I'm out of breath because I'm working out. But I just wanted to say I'm in. Well, as soon as I finish my workout, I'm in. Y'all see this cup that I bought? It say "Bet on yourself." I said that's all I'm doing from now on. I joined this community, and I actually joined like the FYF challenge because of the community, because I felt like I didn't have that. And I know I've joined several mentorships, but the reason why I didn't really lock in was because of the community. I just felt like lost in the sauce. It was so many different people. So why not stay part of the fold? Like if this is where you're staying and this is where you feel like it's home, you have family, and this is what helps you lock in, stay a part of the fold. So I'm definitely doing that. I bought my cup at Invest Fest that says "Bet on yourself" just to remind me every day when when I feel like I'm ready to give up, tap out, I'm gonna bet on myself. And y'all lock in with these people that's in here. They're great. Even if you feel discouraged, like I don't know what I want to say to them, I don't know how they're gonna react. Listen, they'll surprise you. They'll surprise you every time. So I'm definitely in. Thank you.
Absolutely. Showing Queen Anissa some love. Yes, Queen. You betting on yourself by working out right now.